Morning. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Notations of a Nappy Girl, episode 15. Yay! Okay, today I want to talk about something real serious, something that will affect you in every aspect of your life, the ability to effectively communicate. Now, this can go on for a million videos, so we're going to cover as far as communication in relationships today. We'll move on to the rest later. Okay, effectively communicating means you listen as well as you speak. You temper your responses based on what you're hearing, and you take in and absorb all the information first before you make a response. It goes back to the age old saying, think before you speak. Adhering to this mantra, I should say, will keep you from having a bunch of problems in your relationship. It's almost as if we've forgotten, because of technology, how to talk to one another. See, a text message, it can't convey emotion, it can't convey tone, inflection, anything like that. So, a person reading a message, whatever mood they're in, that's the mood they're going to apply to your message. So, when it comes to your mate and relying important information, face to face is always best. You can read body language, you can listen to their response, and you can take it in and filter out what it is that they're trying to say to you. Now, another part of communication that people seem to be having a problem with is just respecting your audience. It's like the old saying, violence begets violence. Well, guess what? Attitude begets attitude. So if you're speaking to someone and they say something you don't like, and instantly you get your guard up, you get your defenses on, that's going to come out in your voice. What's going to happen is they're going to take that in, and then they're going to get on the defensive, and then they're going to come right back at you. Then you got this back and forth with no give and take whatsoever. And then you find yourself with somebody you love. You find yourself at their throat. You find yourself arguing back to back and just arguing about stupid stuff. Like, I've seen couples argue about what color the sky is because somebody made the wrong response or somebody took it the wrong way. And of course, sometimes we say things that we don't mean. We say things when we're playing, and the other person does not realize that we're playing or that we're joking. So then your problem comes in with a miscommunication. And arguments are really simple to resolve if you really think about it. My grandmother had a sign that hung in her kitchen because there were six of us that said, it isn't smart to argue with a fool because listeners can't tell which is which. By human nature, we have to get our point across. We want to get our point across and we want to be heard and validated. I get it. But when you're noticing that the conversation is going nowhere, that you and the other person are just barking at each other, at that point, it's not even a conversation. At that point, it's not even an argument. Basically, what you're doing is this: you're talking at each other, you're not talking to each other. Look at it this way. Think about a time where you were at work or something, and a supervisor, a coworker, anybody walked up and started yelling at you. How long did it take you to tune them out? According to published reports, it takes about 17 seconds. I think it's less than that, but they say it takes 17 seconds from the moment that a person starts yelling at you to the moment where you just boop, cut the ears off. You're no longer listening. You're nodding. You're yeah, okay. Because your defenses are up and you probably can't respond the way you want to respond. It's the exact same thing with your partner. If your partner is having a bad day and they come at you the wrong way, instead of you interpersonalizing it and taking it like, oh, they coming at my head, they coming at me, stop being so defensive and just say, hey, conversation and took a little strange turn here. Not exactly sure what's going on. Are you upset? Are you having a bad day? Are you mad at me? Did I say something wrong? You can quickly diffuse the situation if you want to. Too often, we tend to get caught up in that moment and get caught up in that level of aggression that we've been accustomed to. So we instantly throw back Why are you coming at me? Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do nothing to you. And then that person is going to be like, well, blah, da, 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 da. And you guys are going to keep going. Nothing's going to get done. Then you're going to find this attitude carry over for the rest of the day. And maybe the next day. It depends on your living situation, your temperament. Some of us are so accustomed to being angry that we don't know how to not be angry. We have not yet understood how to just blow it out. And that's my favorite phrase. I say that to a lot of people. Blow it out. Count to 3, let it go. Pick your battles. Do I want to fight with my girl, my guy, my husband, my wife, my boo thing, my jump off, whatever? Do I want to argue with them for the next couple of days over something they just said to me that didn't even have nothing to do with me? Or do I want to humble myself, be the bigger person, take a step back in the conversation, and try to figure out what's going on with my mate in order to have any successful union? The foundation of it all, business partnerships, schoolmates, teamwork, family members, significant other, the foundation of everything is communication. If I can't come talk to you and tell you my hopes, my dreams, my desires, and have you absorb them, take them in, whether you agree with them or not, and give me creative and constructive feedback on those things, then that part of me as a human being shuts down. And then that's something I'm not sharing with you. But if you're my mate, aren't I supposed to share everything with you? So if I'm not sharing that part of me with you, then you should be worried about what other parts am I not sharing. And at the bottom of the bottom line is, who the hell am I sharing them with? Because once again, we all need to be affirmed, confirmed. Uh, we just need to be validated. So if your mate is not validating you, chances are you're going to go looking somewhere else for somebody else to validate you. And that's where the problem comes in. But if you communicate, you could like nip a lot of that in the bud. Like people always say, what's more important? A great intellectual I don't even know what I'm trying to say. What's more important? An intellectual connection with your mate or sex? And most people will say sex. I say the intellectual connection, because if I have bad sex, but I got a good intellectual connection with you, I can communicate my physical wants, needs, and desires and get you to where I need you to be sexually. See? Everything is universal, and communication starts everything. From the minute you're born, you learn that certain cries will get your mama to feed you, will get them to change you, take some clothes off, put some clothes on, whatever the case may be. We develop these skills, and some of us get stuck back in infancy, where all we can do to get our point across is scream and yell. That doesn't work. Let it go. Let go the aggression. Sometimes you got to pull the emotion out of it and just talk. Connect with another human being and talk to them, not at them. Get them to understand, empathize with what it is that you're saying. And you do the same for them. Effectively listen. Don't keep interrupting to get your point across. Let them have their moment. Take mental notes of the points you would like to address. And then when they stop, you can interject and expound upon your ideas. And then you have what they call a conversation, which is defined by the dictionary as a free-flowing exchange of ideas. So it can't be exchange if it's just one person. That's not an exchange. You need two. You got to go back and forth. People, talk to one another. Understand one another. And as always, say what you mean what you say, and stand on it. That's my thing for today. Communication. I'm doing it with you. You hear me? You listening? I'm doing it. I'm listening. I'm reading the emails, the inboxes, the text messages, the phone calls. So see, if I can communicate with people I don't know, why can't you communicate with people you love? Peace and blessings, people.